In this section, you'll be learning how to populate a drop-down list from a reference table. You want to let your users select the drivers in the form from a list instead of having to type their names in. You've seen how a drop-down list works. It's time to get your feet wet actually making one. Replace the driver text box in your form with a drop-down control. The drop-down list control needs choices that can only come from data binding. Since you'd like to bind columns of a reference table into the driver control, you need a reference table declaration and an input file with reference data. Fortunately, you don't need to make either one of these from scratch. You've used the exact same driver's reference table before. It's time to get down to business with the form itself. As expected, the choices, key map, and text map attributes will make the driver drop-down tick. The query in choices is basically a SQLite select statement and returns the user ID and name columns of the driver's reference table. Note the alias u used both after the select and the from operators. When you query a reference table or a column in a table expression, or when you query any other table value in general, the webforms language requires a table alias. The key map attribute determines that the rows in the query result will be uniquely identified by their user ID field. The text map attribute specifies that the name fields of the rows returned by the query will be displayed as the choices to the user. Save and publish the new form. Navigate to the webforms site and check out your shiny new drop-down list. While you're in the drop-down mindset, insert a second one right below the first. This one will let the admin pick the type of packaging for the cargo from the list of containers in the cargo types reference table. Since the cargo types reference table has only one column, there is no head-scratching about the name of the column that you put into the choices query statement, the key map, or the text map attributes of the load type dropdown. Save the form and publish. The admin can now select the container type for delivery tasks. The web form in its present state is still not functional, but you're making sure that when it gets going, it's going to be a real pro.